What is up, everybody? My name is Justin. This is Forever Self-Employed, and in today's video, we are going to be talking about how to make $240 a day painting numbers on curbs. I'm joined with a special guest, Tim. How's it going, man?
Hey, it's going great, Justin. Thanks for having me.
Absolutely, brother. Always a pleasure to have you on. Before we get into this one, though, if you guys need help generating jobs with Facebook ads, check out the first link in the comment section and the description. It's going to be a link to my Facebook ads course. My strategy is help Tim land painting jobs for as little as $1 a lead. So it absolutely crushes. It works with pretty much every service industry. So if you guys need help landing jobs using Facebook, check that out down below in the comment section and the description. But with that out of the way, let's go ahead and hop right into this one. So Tim, first and foremost, man, what made you want to try out this side hustle of painting numbers on curbs?
A couple different reasons. One was I had injured my arm, so I had broken my arm, and I wasn't really working at the time. And then also, I guess it was then during the boredom of not working, I was scrolling kind of on TikTok, and I seen that the kids were kind of out there doing the curb painting thing. Third reason is because I needed to upload a video for my channel. So I thought, hey, this is a good opportunity to kind of tell a story. I could start off, show the material needed and the tools needed and get out there and do it. So really, that's how a broken arm, no work, and a YouTube channel in desperate need of an upload.
Curb painting is probably like a very good way to get into painting in the first place because it doesn't really require like a whole lot of equipment and everything. What equipment would you need to get started with curb painting?
Minimal equipment is required. Obviously, you're going to need 2 cans of spray paint because when you do the numbers, you need to have a white background or a black background and white, so you want at least like a white and a black can of spray paint. Second tool that was I needed a lot was a wire brush to kind of prep the concrete ahead in case it has some dirt or mud or anything on it. And then third, you could use either like newspapers or cardboard or anything, but in hindsight, if you could get an old soda box or a beer box and cut out a rectangle, that's all you need. So I mean, you need a piece of cardboard with the rectangle template, 3 cans of spray paint or 2 cans of spray paint, and a wire brush. That's pretty much it, minimal. Well, also, you're going to need stencils. You need the stencils too.
Awesome. So did you buy the stencils from like a store? Can you get stencils at the store?
You can get stencils at a store, maybe like an arts and crafts store. I was able to get a pack of stencils from my local hardware store. And then I also ordered some more stencils from Amazon. There's 2 different sizes that I noticed that are readily available. And it was like the 6-inch stencils and then 3-inch stencils. I recommend that you get 2 packs. Whether you decide to go with the 6 inches or the 3 inches is up to you, but I would recommend getting 2 packs. That way you have multiple numbers, because in those packs you only get one of each digit, 0 through 9. So if you had an address that essentially had 3 of the same numbers, it would take the process a lot longer. So to get started, I would buy multiple packs of the same stencils. That way you have multiple numbers.
Okay, awesome. And then with regards to the paint, Tim, I don't know a lot about paint. I know there's a ton of different types. So what kind of paint do we go with for the curbs?
So striping paint, first and foremost, is probably your best bet to start with. If you can get 2 cans of different colors in striping paint, and it's really easy to find striping paint. Any hardware store, you walk into the paint department and just tell them I'm looking for striping paint or curb paint or, something like that. They'll definitely direct you. But in all reality, most spray paint will bond and stick to the curb. Some just last a lot longer.
Now that we kind of got the equipment out of the way, you kind of talked about the process a little bit, but how are we doing pricing?
So pricing is kind of up to the individual doing it, really. So for me, it wasn't more so to see how much money I could make doing it. So I kept my prices fairly low. I've seen people online and YouTube and social media platforms charging $25, $30 and up for their curb painting, because some people do include like an American flag or a favorite professional team logo or something like that. I didn't want to do that, so I figured like since I'm not adding that extra flair to the curb address, I'll just charge a baseline price. And I figured like $10 was good. After I uploaded the video, I had a lot of people that actually do this for a living full time, and they were telling me that $15 to $20 is a better range to charge for this service. And then you could charge upwards if you start adding emblems and logos and stuff to it.
Wow, that's pretty crazy. I never would imagine that they would put logos in it. There's people that actually do this for a living?
Yeah, I've seen several videos of people doing it for a living, because obviously I did a little bit of research before I got started, and I came across 2 channels. One guy who does like gated communities with HOAs or HOAs, homeowner associations, and the HOA pays this guy to come out every year and refreshen the address curb. So some of those guys are doing it full time. I'm sure they probably also do like paint curbs red and yellow and handicapped stuff like that. But the primary thing that keeps them busy is doing the addresses on these HOA and like gated communities.
Man, who would have thought that you could land like a HOA job doing, every house in the neighborhood? How do we go about advertising for it? Because I think in the video you did door to door. So can you kind of speak to like how you were able to get jobs, what the pitch looked like, stuff like that?
So yeah, I can. Before you advertise though, I think it might be smart to check in the area in your city, because some cities actually don't allow you to paint on the curbs. And I'm not sure as to the reasons why, but during the video, I have people from all over telling me my city doesn't allow it. And some people went as far as to check with their local cities and give me exact coordinates. So some people have specs on how high they could be, if they're 4 inches or 6 inches or whatever. So before you go advertising, I highly recommend that you just double check, make sure you don't get yourself in any kind of trouble, because I imagine it'd be like a vandalism charge if you do it illegally. With that being said, honestly, I did door to door, but Facebook ad strategy would be a killer way to get jobs for this. So doing before and after pictures is a really good way, with your family and friends. Maybe go through your contact list, send some before and afters. Everybody has a house and everybody has an address. On top of that, maybe some flyers. All the standard ways that you would advertise would be a great way to do this. Even just maybe printing up some business cards. But for me, I decided to start off in my area. So it's like my neighbors, the same people that kind of see me out mowing my lawn and stuff like that. So knocking on the door wasn't too startling for them to see me out in front. And I feel like that was a really good way to do it, because you're kind of already there. I think a lot of times it's hard for people to say no if you're there and you're ready to go. But yeah, all the traditional forms are good. Yard signs, obviously Facebook ads work really well. Before and after pictures on your social media account, and cards are great too.
So whenever you were kind of going door to door, though, it was just kind of like, hey, I'm painting the numbers on the curbs. So would you be interested in, purchasing something like that?
It's really simple. Most people know exactly what you're offering, so you don't have to really explain it too much. But yeah, I had a few customers who already saw me out doing their neighbors and were like, hey, I can do my next. So that was pretty cool too. But yeah, my pitch was pretty simple. And I had my arm brace on. I said, hey, I recently hurt my arm. I've been down from work for a little bit. I'm out trying to make some money painting curbs. Are you interested? It's $10. And I would just throw the price into the pitch. That way, just keep it short and sweet, And I don't think I had one person tell me no. So it was pretty cool.
Awesome, Tim. Anything else we want to add, to give any advice or anything on people who want to do the service?
Yeah, if you want to take it one step further and actually, charge that high dollar amount, something you could do is instead of just using the two black and white cans, or you can use blue and yellow, whatever, but put a top layer of some kind of clear coat, whether it's like a lacquer or whatever, some kind of clear coat over it, the finished product, and that'll give it extra durability. So, you could charge a little bit more, and you can include that in your pitch. Hey, I'm charging $25. That's because I'm adding an extra clear coat on top of it to protect it and make it last longer,
Yeah, I love that, man. You can kind of go into the process with them a little bit if you really wanted to. One of the things I like to talk about on my channel a bunch is people really need to leverage smaller services to get into some of those higher ticket jobs. So do you think that you could leverage curb cleaning into like a higher ticket job? Like, you think you could like upsell like a door painting or like a garage painting or anything else?
Hey, I'll tell you what, with my experience, I've been able to do that a lot in the past, not just with, curb painting, but, I'm a painter primarily by trade. And when people see you out there working hard and doing quality work and taking your time, and even as something as simple as painting addresses on curbs, they see you out there wire brushing, being very careful. They see the finished product. There's no overspray. You've cleaned up your mess. I think a lot of people, you've already worked for them. So technically you've already built like a relationship with them. And I feel like, you let them know, hey, if you have any other small chores, I also do this. I also paint, or I also, mow lawns, or I also wash cars on the side. So if you're interested, or, maybe print that out on your card. But yeah, I think leveraging small jobs into bigger jobs is a great way to get started. And honestly, it's a way I've been able to grow my business over the years.
Well, Tim, thank you so much for coming on. Every guest that comes onto the channel has to pick the word of the day. So what would you like the word of the day to be?
So the word of the day I used for my video was lucky socks. So let's do lucky socks.
Awesome. So if you guys made it this far in the video, go ahead and comment down below lucky socks and I'll hashtag you a real one. My name is Justin. This is Forever Self-Employed. Be sure to go check out Tim's channel. I will leave it in the comment section description. But until next time, hustle hard and get that money, baby. Peace.